Hello, this is Jo from Maths Tutor Me. Today we are starting a new topic called circles and cylinders. So the first thing you need to know in this topic is a bunch of different names of things. So we have a big box here full of terms that you need to know, all the different parts of a circle. So first of all we have a diameter. The diameter is a line that cuts a circle in half and as it passes through the center of the circle. Okay, the radius is a line drawn from the edge of the circle to the center of the circle. Arc is a part of the circle, it means a part of the edge of the circle. A chord is a line that goes from one side of the circle to another. Okay, so it's a bit like the diameter, but the diameter has to go through the center. A chord can just go anywhere from one side of the circle to the other, just a line. A segment is the area that is cut off by the chord. There are always two segments, the major segment and the minor segment. So you can probably guess if I was going to cut my circle across here, the major segment is the big part that's cut off and the minor segment is the small part that is cut off. A semicircle is half of a circle. A sector is a section of the circle surrounded by two radii and an arc. I like to think of it as a piece of pizza. So if I was to cut this like a pizza in here, I have the two radii and a bit of an arc across here, that would be a sector. And a tangent is a line drawn so that it only touches the circle at one point. Okay, that might seem a little bit confusing right now, but we're going to draw some pictures of these and that will help to visualize what we're talking about here. So here we go in the examples. It says draw and label the diameter, semicircle, tangent and sector on the circle below. Now a diameter is a line that cuts the circle in half. So grab a ruler and to cut the circle in half it has to go through the center. And you can do it straight like this, you can turn it sideways like this if you want to. I'm just going to do it nice and straight across the middle like that. So there we go, line straight across there, going through the center of the circle. That is a diameter. So I'm going to draw an arrow going in because it told me I had to label it, and that line is called the diameter. Okay, the next thing we want is a semicircle. Now a semicircle is half of a circle. Now by drawing that diameter, I have just cut that circle into two halves. This area that is cut off, if I take one of those halves, that area there is the semicircle. So I'm going to draw a line going into that. That is the semicircle. Okay, the next thing we want is a tangent. A tangent is a line that touches the circle at only one point. Okay, so I'm going to draw it up here near the top. So I'm going to draw a line, so I just have a little bit of the circle poking at the top of my ruler, and I draw a line so that it just comes, touches at one little point and keeps going. That is what a tangent looks like. And the last thing we want to draw on this circle is a sector. Now remember I said a sector is like a piece of pizza. So if I just want to draw two radii. So I'm going to draw one out here. I'm going to make this a little bit narrow to squeeze it in the spot that I've got here. It's going to be a little sector because the arms are close together. The further apart the arms are, the bigger the sector you have. So that chunk of area that has been cut off there, that is called a sector. Okay. Let's look at question 2. Draw and label the radius, arc, chord, and major and minor segments on the circle below. Okay, the radius is a line drawn from the center to the edge of the circle. So from the center to the edge, there is a radius. So for one radius, we say radius. When there is two of them, we call them radii, which was the other word we were using a moment ago. Okay, now we want an arc. An arc is any section of the outside of the circle, any section of this distance around here. So this little bit around here. I'm just trying to make it nice and thick so you can see it. So let's go from there around to there. I've got a section of the edge, and that is what an arc is. Again, it could be a little bit, could just be from there to there, or it could be a big bit. Any chunk of the edge of the circle is called an arc. Okay, next we want a chord. A chord is a line that goes from one point on the edge of the circle to another spot. So here we go, from this point to this point, that is a chord. Okay, and a chord cuts your circle into a major and a minor segment. The major segment is this side, so we'll give it some stripes. That is going to be our major segment because it is the big part. And we'll give the little one some dots. So this area cut off here with the dots is the minor segment. Okay, so hopefully it's easier now for you to understand all those parts of the circle. Now it's time for you to have a practice. Okay, so for you to practice, I just want you to have a look at these circles here, and you just need to name the part that is shown in each diagram. Pause the video and give it a go, and we will quickly go through the answers together. Okay, so question 1, a line that goes from one side to the other of a circle is called a chord. From the center to the edge is the radius. This line would be a chord. If it cuts off a chunk of area though, we have the major and the minor segment. So the little one is called the minor segment. Okay, cutting out a little wedge like a piece of pizza is called a sector. A line that touches just at one point across the circle is the tangent. And a line going straight across the middle of a circle is the diameter. Okay, so that's it. So hopefully you're a pro now at knowing all the names of all the different parts of circles. Join me next time and we will start to learn about the circumference of a circle. See you then.